Morning all. So from the results of the survey that was given to you this morning, you chose, the majority of you chose the Adidas logo, so there was no surprise there really. I would have picked, if it was up to me, I would have picked the Adidas logo to do with you as well, because it is probably the more difficult of the two. The drawing of the Adidas logo shown below is based around three right angle triangles. The length of the hypotenuse of the largest triangle is given. Copy the drawing. Okay, so with these questions that Alan is giving you at the moment, there's a lot of problem solving going on in them. Okay, we're looking here at the drawing. The first thing we notice is all the measurements on the bottom. That's excellent. We have that measurement down on the bottom. Okay, and it says the length of the hypotenuse of the largest triangle is given. Okay, so it gives us the length of the largest triangle, the hypotenuse of the largest triangle. Okay, for any that doesn't know what a hypotenuse is, or if you haven't covered it in maths yet, it's basically a triangle is made up of three sides, obviously. Okay, a hypotenuse is always the side that's opposite a right angle. Okay, so more than likely it's going to be the longest side also, because the way it works out with a right angle triangle. Okay, so there's a right angle, it's a 90 degrees. Okay, and there is the hypotenuse there. Okay, so it's always the one opposite the right angle triangle. Now, when we look at this question here again, okay, we notice, alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to split it up into three triangles. Okay, three triangles that are concentric. Okay, so basically they're within each other. Now we have one triangle here, one here, one here. Okay, and we notice here that there's no length here and there's no length here. Alright, that's not good. Okay, now they're not going to put in a question into the book that is impossible to figure out. So what we're going to do, is we're going to look at what else they give us. Okay, so we see all the measurements here on the bottom. Excellent. We notice that they give us some angles as well. So we should be able to find the length of this side, okay, with finding out the angles. So remember from last week, okay, we learned that a triangle is, if you added up the three angles of a triangle, you would always get 180. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do here first. Alright, 180. Now, so we had the two angles that I have there for that triangle is 90 and 60. Alright, so 90 and 60. Now I'm going to add the two of these together. Okay, we get 150. Alright, when we take 150 away from 180, we are left with 30. Okay, so why I took 150 away from 80 there is because I added my 60 degree and 90 degree. That got those two angles. I wanted to find out what this angle was, but I know that all three are equal to 180. So I just took away 150 from 180 and that gave me 30 degrees. Okay, so now I know that there is 30. And I should be able to find that full length. Okay, and if you're thinking how the hell is that possible, I'll start the question here straight away. Okay, so let me see. I might move this over for you so you can see it a bit better. And realistically, you'd want to, yeah, that's grand. Okay, so I have my drawing here in front of me. Okay, just want to straighten that up a bit so you can see my T-square. Right, so I'm just going to draw. I'm not going to draw from the middle of my page. I'm just going to draw maybe 3/4 down my page, just so I have enough room up here to draw the rest of my Adidas logo. So I'm going to start by drawing an XY line, or a ground line. Okay, so my Adidas logo is going to be sitting on this ground line. Alright, it's going to be plumped on the ground line there like that. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to measure out all the measurements from the bottom. Okay, so we have a big long one, and put it fairly central in your page. Doesn't have to be exact, but it wants to look like it's fairly central. Alright? Alright, there's 240 there. Okay, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to, let's see if I can make this screen a bit bigger for you. Right. Okay, so I'm going to measure out along this, all those measurements that are there. Okay, so I'm going to do that very quickly. I have 20, 20, 35, 45, 15, 45, 15, and 45. Which brings you to 24. So it should always meet up. Okay, there's all the measurements. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to draw a 60-degree line up from my very edge here. Just a light line all the way up to the top of my page. Now, that's a light line. It's not a heavy line. Okay. Now, I know that my angle up here is 90 degrees, but I don't know where it is along this line. I don't know where I'm coming down. Okay, but what I do know is I know that from finding out over here that this angle over here is 30. Okay, so I can just draw a 30-degree line going up to it from the very furthest point. Light line, and all of a sudden I have a triangle. Okay, so now I can figure out what's going on with the rest of my drawing. Okay, so excellent, we have a triangle. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do my 30-degree line. I'm going to start with this long bit over here. The first long bit here. Okay, so we'll do that one. Okay, so I'm going up here 60, and now all of a sudden I have something that resembles what I'm supposed to be drawing. So I'm going to just do that in a heavy line. You can see the difference in my lines. That's what I want to see from your drawings, okay? The difference in a heavy and a light line, okay? Light line, heavy line. Makes a drawing so much easier, okay? Even though I have a little line going off here, that's a light line. So the examiner, when he's looking at that, he's happy with it. One thing people forget sometimes is if a line is going along the XY line, you still have to heavy that in, okay? The XY line shouldn't be as heavy, but I just heavied it in just to make sure that you could see it. Now, I'm going to do this bit over here now, okay? So again, I just have my measurements here. I'm going up here at 60 degrees, and there I have my shape there all of a sudden. Okay, so we're flying it, absolutely flying it. Well, I actually don't have my shape, sorry. So even I can make simple mistakes, okay, I nearly made one there, alright. This is all light lines, but if I look at my drawing, okay, these are not at the same level. So I was going to do it at the same level there, alright. Thank God, I just noticed last minute. So again, to do that, I have to bring over a light line from over here. Okay, and now I have the staggered look that I wanted to accomplish. So, there's my stagger, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing, come up here at 60 degrees and come over there. Now notice folks, when I want to draw a line, okay, I'm putting my pencil on my point first, and then I'm sliding my set square over that way, and then I can just do it in a nice line like that, okay. I'm not putting my set square first and then draw it. I'm putting my pencil set square line, okay. That's what you should be doing. Okay, and this is almost finished. Okay, obviously I need to render this. Okay, and if you're wondering, some of you are wondering what the hell does render mean. Alright, that's how it's spelled. Render is basically making something lifelike, okay, or adding color to it. Okay, so now I'm just going to add some color. Alright, so I'm going to pick a direction. As I said last time, I'm going to go this way. Sometimes you like to go perpendicular to your direction that you picked, just to make life a bit easier on the edges. And sometimes, what you want really is you want to make sure that you have the same consistency of colouring in throughout your drawing. You don't want different shades of the same colour, different strengths of leaning on it. You want the consistent approach throughout. Oh, yeah, add a bit more down here. Right, so I'm not going to do the rest of it, alright, but I want you to colour it in, okay? Yeah, so, again, have a look over the start of this video to have a look and see how a hypotenuse triangle is got, okay? Any questions, throw it up into the teams, and I'll throw up another survey next week for I think it could be, yeah, Alan will get in touch with you on Monday about what you're going to be doing for your next assignment, okay? Bye.